Does it exist anywhere in our cosmos? In physical reality?
If two things that are binary opposites, or not binary opposite, but they're mutually exclusive today, I can't see that happening.
So what other scientific method are you using to say no, it doesn't exist?
Because it wouldn't be a scientific thing, it would be an understanding. If you've got two things that are binary opposites, you can't have an open and closed door, for instance.
I'm asking you to use the scientific method, because we can answer this question.
That's not a scientific question.
Ah, very good. So is science able to answer that question?
Your question is science...
Remember, what I'm asking is simple. What are the limitations of science?
No, I've covered that. What you're asking for is what is, if I can say, if there's a circular square, you say, in the cosmos, and I don't really understand the value of this question, but as I've said, that
we want to know whether this thing exists.
You can't have an open and closed door. They're binary opposites. So this is what you're saying. If you've got a circular and a square, then to me they're mutually exclusive things.
Yeah, but you're not using the scientific method to discredit this. You're using. The question is now. Remember what I asked you? Yeah. I began by saying, what are the limitations of science? The problem that we see today, modern day. People often rely on science too much to think science can answer every single question in every avenue and every sphere of knowledge.
Why do you think
knowledge. Various reasons.
That's true.
Okay. Did the universe come from nothing?
I don't know much about cosmology or any of that stuff.
What do the scientists say? Like Professor Lawrence Krauss?
From my understanding, that they talk about the process of matter and antimatter. And sorry, I don't know why everybody filmed it. But,
why do we have a book called The Universe from Nothing? Lectures and conferences by Professor Lawrence Krauss, for example.
Yeah.
Very esteemed scholar. What is he trying to say? Ask the layperson. Yeah, the universe came from nothing. Because they've heard your scholar, our scholar, Professor Lawrence Krauss, is saying the universe came from nothing.
Sure.
But is this a scientific conclusion? Obviously not, because he explains it in his book. Nothing is actually something. So the universe didn't come from. So he's using.
I think you need to go into maybe be a bit specific about that, because the something and nothing, they refer to the term as antimatter, because there are the point that you're making is that there are gaps in science in relation to this cosmology. But the thought process is that we have to use the term antimatter because it's an understanding of people can't comprehend the idea that things have come from nothing, right? So the term antimatter is to help them. And the antimatter.
They don't talk about antimatter and matter in this case here. They talk about something else where there are fluctuations and so on, how things pop into existence. Nothing to do with antimatter. We are now going into the levels of quantum mechanics to understand this process what they describe. So this is not the issue. The issue is about understanding the reality with certain tools, and science certainly is one of these tools which we will agree on. But the problem is when we see people misuse science or misapply this tool to extend to every avenue of knowledge and say yes, science is going to be ultimate decipher of the truth, which is not the case.
And
science.
I agree with you, not necessarily, but I don't understand why you have that viewpoint. I don't understand. I don't know who said this to you.
Well, this is what people are discussing.
I don't agree.
You know, when you're discussing religion, when you're discussing things about this morality, somehow people bring science in. You think, okay, you know, we have to use science to somehow answer this question. Obviously, how does question of morality being answered by science? How does altruism, sense of beauty being answered by a science?
It's not necessarily science, but you can use a scientific. So you can use a scientific method by using control groups. You can test people, and you can see how science. That same scientific approach can be used in morality. There are thousands of
let me
tests
give you
you can use.
one example. Say a particular woman, for example, your wife, you think she's the most beautiful wife. Now how can we test this scientifically? You do control experiments and you find out that she's the most beautiful. But she may not be beautiful compared to other people. In reality.
That's exactly a point that science wouldn't need to progress. You just said something. which is you said science wants to go into all avenues of life. Why would science ever want to work out if objectively your wife is more attractive than somebody else's?
So now, when we are agreeing both there, that okay, science has its limitations in its application.
No, where I'm disagreeing with you, I do agree that it does have its limitations. What I'm disagreeing with you about is that you said that science wants to give an explanation for everything, and we've both come up with an example.
Not science. People think. Lots of people.
Well, then I would agree with you that to think that science will answer everything is naive.
That's absolutely clear, and we agree on that, and I guess we're very clear understanding. It's just
but where I
to
think
mass...
you and I differ is that to pose an alternative religious viewpoint, I don't think is a suitable response to that.
I don't quite follow. Let's say we want to understand the reality, our universe, our cosmos. So there is a scientific view, and there are other views.
That is something that I think science is
right. So far, what do you think? Our universe was always there, or did it have a beginning?
Do you know what? I don't know enough about cosmology, so actually.
Okay, so we can't talk about it. But if we were to, we're not going to talk about it, but if we were to continue with this, we would realize how the alternative explanation seems to be the most rational explanation.
I don't agree with this.
You're not agreeing, even though you don't know much about cosmology and
No, because your theory is to say, because we don't know something in science, we use God or religion to
not
use
at all.
That. Oh, sorry, but then I've misunderstood you.
Not at all. I didn't say just because science has not got an explanation yet, and say, oh, God did it. You have to differentiate between people who are thinking critically and the people who are just being, blind faith believers, just making a statement. I am coming from the approach of critical thinking in any aspects, and you realize the Islamic tradition, as my brother early on mentioned Islamic tradition. In fact, the scientific methodology, if it wasn't developed by the Muslims, I'm wondering who did. Because the Muslims initially were the pioneers to develop the scientific methodology, and then that came to the world and Europe. When it comes to the beginning of our universe, where it came about and so on, which unfortunately we can't talk about any further, I would say definitely, if we were to discuss this, and maybe in the future we will see that the discussion does proceed, the alternative explanation than the scientific explanation is more rational and makes more sense. And this is what I tend to do here in this corner, and a lot of people discuss this. Because the scientific view is coming to a halt by saying, I don't know, and therefore they don't want to continue any further, as if like there is no other explanation.
No, and this is where the difference is. Science will always look, in this case, for more answers. So it's never content and it's never stationary. The issue that I have with religious viewpoints is that it will stop. It says we've learned enough now, we know enough, we learn from our books, we know everything there, and I don't think that's true. I think.
Let's find an example in Islam. I'm a Muslim, so I believe in the Quran being a revelation, a guidance from the Creator. What have you found within it that you actually, have problems with it intellectually? That you say, okay, now that cannot be true. So then perhaps we can discuss this.
More interestingly, from what I've read in the Quran, it's the moral aspect. Of your friends earlier discussed. It says the Quran is a word from God, and there is no contradictories in the Quran. And for me, the issue that I was speaking to this gentleman here earlier about was, I think there are contradictories in the Quran, or contradictions in the Quran. One of which being the idea that you shouldn't hurt anybody at all, without just cause, and yet the people of Ad and Thamud were destroyed by Allah. And this is something that I found very, very difficult to comprehend in these people. And our friend as well earlier, he said, as a Muslim, he said, I believe in a moral objectivity. So there are no circumstances where you could hurt a child, for instance. But then that, to me, there must have been children in Ad and Thamud who were destroyed by Allah.
Okay, so let's look at these two concepts concepts. So let's start with the first one. You're not allowed to hurt anybody. Is that what you said?
No, I was sorry, I was quoting. I might have quoted this wrong, but the speaker over there, he said it is wrong to hurt, it says wrong to kill anybody without just cause. And I'm paraphrasing.
Right. So it is wrong to kill anybody. Killing by who? People or by someone else? Who are the agents?
The agents. Well, this was it. It says.
Well, let's discuss this, because you somehow think there is a conflict between these two things. So let's see whether there are a real conflict within them. So you should not kill anyone unless it's be a just cause, like in the eyes of the law. Say, for example, if someone has committed murder, one of the options is the killer has to face the penalty of being killed in return. By the law, to the law. So this is a just cause because you've violated another person's right. You've killed them. So in return, the law is that you should be killed. This is one of the options. Now, this is a just cause.
A just cause would be to protect something or defend something. The moment that imminent threat is gone, I don't see there is a just cause to kill a murderer.
If someone kills your wife, Islam says you have the option of getting the killer to be put to death.
Yes.
Because they have taken a life. So the law is life for a life.
And I think
life for a life.
I think that is morally wrong.
No. Based on what? Because
my moral code.
Why is your moral here more superior than this?
I'm not
law?
saying it is more moral.
But the question is about right and wrong, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
So when you say this is what makes yours right, this is wrong.
Who said that law? That if somebody kills, who is Muhammad or the law of Islam?
This is the law of Islam, and this law was already pre-existent in cultures before, in nations before.
No, it's man-made law. If that's the case, then it's man-made.
Look,
if it's
Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, or Islam did not introduce this law, life for a life.
Oh, it's Babylonian. It was Babylonian.
You can find these laws, if I'm not mistaken, in the Book of Hammurabi and various other cultures.
Babylonian, as you said.
There is man-made law.
So this has been found in various cultures. Now, why is giving someone the punishment because you've taken someone's life, your life should be taken in return?
I don't
Why?
agree.
It's not about agreeing. Why is it wrong morally?
It's all good. So if I mistakenly kill,
It is not about mistakenly killing. There's a difference between murder and there's a difference between killing, right?
So
we're
if
talking
I
about
kill-
someone with intent kills you, murders you, then there are punishments. And one of the options of the punishment is life or life. But you have other options where you can get the victim's family to forgive. Say, I forgive you, and that's it. Or they can say, we require some kind of compensation because you have actually afflicted all of this harm within our family. Because the victim has dead already, they can't seek compensation, but his family can. So you have the options there. What we would like to know, why is it wrong? What makes it wrong to take someone else's life because they have taken other people's life unjustly?
It's difficult for me to be able to explain why I think something is potentially moral or not. Just as to say, why do I not think it's a moral act? Oh, sorry. Why do I think it's an immoral act to hurt a child? Because I do. I think it's cultural and innate within me. So to ask me why I believe in that.
Can we punish any criminals for anything?
Can we punish anything?
Any criminals for any why?
Because
It hurts them, doesn't it?
there is a justification to be able to remove some people's liberties in order to protect other people's liberties, and that's where we have that school of thought, John Stuart Mill, libertarian kind of view. You as a person, you sign a social contract as when you join any kind of culture or organisation that if you're going to hurt somebody else, there will be an impact on you. Now that I agree with. I agree that there are certain things. Now that I don't believe should be extended to killing post the event of killing. So unless somebody is if somebody is here now attacking people to a point of killing people, I think there would be justification to be able to kill them to stop this. But in there's very, very limited circumstances where I do.
Let's look at the principle. So you cited the principle where if somebody someone can be stopped because if they have taken the liberty to remove the liberty of somebody else's, so they can be stopped for the greater good, for the other societies, for the individuals.
I don't agree necessarily with the utilitarian greater good. I think it's in relation to protecting.
Let's understand your principle again. So I don't want to use my words. Say it again. So justification is coming from which principle?
Is this in relation to punishing criminals?
Punishing a criminal for anything wrong.
So the punishments that you would do are in terms of imprisonment or other things, are to stop somebody from committing further acts. So we have theft, for instance, where you may be imprisoned for theft because you're being stopped and punished for doing that.
Yeah, that's preventing someone from doing that. But where's the justice to the criminal, the victim?
There are. There is restorative.
See, you're actually missing an element of what is crucial in this case.
I believe that
you have a criminal act of crime. Say it could be theft. What it means that someone's possession has been wrongly taken away from them.
Yeah.
So if there's a victim who has been harmed in some way, whether physically, financially, morally, whatever ways, right? Psychologically. So we want some compensation. We want some justice to the victim.
So that's
someone has killed someone. So you have a criminal who has murdered someone. So now the victim, what justice are you showing to the victim?
Is a deprivation of liberties. So you can't be free to do certain things.
No, that's preventing from further harm.
No. It's the punishment as part of it, and you can read this on the NOMS, which is National Offender Management Service. They deal with prisons. You can see that the reasons for prisons includes protection, but also includes punishment, and that is the deprivation of somebody's liberty is a massive punishment. Just as so, if I can't do what I want to do because I'm in prison, that is punishment.
So imagine now Hitler killed millions of Jews, and you just leave him in the bars, and that's the punishment. Befitting.
No, I didn't say befitting.
Okay.
I said it is a punishment.
Right. So now we're talking about punishments and crime. Do they marry with each other in terms of their
No, I don't.
So what would be a befitting punishment for Hitler, for example, by killing all these thousands of Jews, if not more?
I think that you're where you're obviously leading here is to say that a befitting punishment would be to kill.
No, I'm not asking what punishment.
Okay, so
what would it be? We want to understand.
I don't know what it would be.
Right. So I give you an answer.
For my moral code, like we have with thousands of criminals who do horrendous acts, they are life in prison in this country, and there is no capital.
So like Hitler, for example, say, he killed only Jewish people.
Hitler's a very difficult case.
No, we want to use the principle. Remember, the principle is what we are now questioning.
But the principle is within a wider context, which is a different country, and it's the head of a country who's doing this. So it's a very, very removed situation.
So what punishment should be befitting for Hitler, in your opinion, using this principle in its widest form?
Okay, then from my moral code, I would say that the imprisonment is as far as we can go. Unless somebody can come up with a better way that's not, thoroughly do not believe in capital punishment.
See, you might have some reservations of taking other people's life away, right? This could be a personal thing. But we are talking about the degree of the crime and the punishment associated with the nature and the degree of crime.
I think it's a falsehood to think that the people who and this has actually been tested quite a lot, is the people who are the families of people who've been killed, been murdered. There's this belief that all these people they want the revenge, they want justice in the killing, but that's not true. The research shows that there is not that objective view. People want that. A lot of the time, the families just want to be away from it and don't want to.
Very false research, because we have. When 7/7 happened, you had a lot of people who wanted the people to be killed because they could not take it. So you cannot just bring an isolated research saying, oh,
Okay,
people
don't refer to it as isolated. If you want to,
I would say
if
this
you
is
want to debunk it, do your research.
we can do, but as I can see, it's obvious clearly because different cultures have different kind of feelings. And
Okay,
this will be a very faulty conclusion from a research that is done maybe a particular group of people. It's worth looking into, but as I said, okay, I find it very illogical to actually say this is universally acceptable, some kind of people's understanding.
I've never said. Never said.
So now let's come back again. Are you saying imprisonment is the highest form of punishment one can give to a particular criminal?
In my moral
Not in your moral code. We're asking about punishment because there are degrees of crime. Like, for example, to give an example, someone steals a lollipop from the shop, and someone kills thousands and thousands of people. Obviously, these two crimes are not the same. Right. So the punishment cannot be the same for them, right? So I'm asking you, comparatively speaking, when you understand the degrees of crime and associated punishment, what is the most, what would be the highest kind of punishment
I think
to criminals?
one of two things. One of them would be endless, continuous torture, and the other one would be death.
So you do.
I think those are two things that are higher, and both, in my viewpoint, are morally incomprehensible. But I can't condone the torture.
So for the criminal, you do have an option that the highest form is to kill that person. You have an option of that person, the criminal, should be killed.
Sorry.
And we're talking about punishment to the criminal. So when you want to impose the punishment, what kind of highest punishment do you think the gravest punishment inflicted on the criminal? Is it imprisonment, or can we get any harsher punishment?
There's potential for torture, ongoing continuous torture, or death.
There you go. So you do accept that using your principle that yes, there can be a degree of punishment higher than imprisonment, which is death. Which you may not like personally, but this is nothing about your personal liking. For example, I may not like certain things, but it doesn't make that this is the most just thing to do.
No, but you and I have never argued that there isn't the death penalty or there isn't torture. What I've always thought, we all know that the reason where I stand is that I think it's morally incomprehensible to torture someone, and the reason behind this you've claimed is that people deserve justice through that element, through that outlet, and I think that you can deliver punishment through deprivation of liberties as you do with imprisonment, but to overstep that mark into torture and
well, what you take the life of that person away, the killer, who has killed thousands and millions of people, why would that be an immoral act when it's a form of punishment?
It would for me. It would be justified if they were at that time killing people and you did that to stop them from killing them. But when they were posing a serious threat in the instant that they are. So as I quoted, if somebody running around here, for instance, hurting somebody. But I don't think that after the event to be able to come back and say, right, this is the punishment you're befitting, and it's to be executed. I don't think that's morally correct.
What makes it morally wrong to take the life of a criminal who has killed thousands and millions of people?
Well, take that bit at the end bit out of it. What is morally wrong about killing someone?
No,
No.
Somebody. The question is about the degree of the crime. So we have a crime which is massacre of millions of people by one intentional criminal.
A person killing, if you kill one person, if you kill two people, if you kill three people, you can go right back to that.
So I gave you a practical scenario from history. What is more befitting, imprisonment or death of that criminal?
It depends what you mean by befitting.
Now you're not understanding what befitting is.
No. I do understand what it means, but I understand what you...
£5 penalty or €5. Penalty for Hitler is €5, or 1 week in imprisonment, or life imprisonment, or death. Several options.
So
is £5 euro?
It wouldn't be an appropriate punishment for
why would €5 not be appropriate and befitting?
Because of the scale of the.
So now we're talking with scale. So,
Yes, okay.
so you understand the scale deserves a higher degree of punishment.
Yeah.
So now I give you life imprisonment and death. Which one is a higher degree of punishment?
Death.
So why would death not be befitting in this case?
Because I think it's morally incomprehensible. Because there's a massive gap.
Why is it morally
because
incomprehensible?
right? You could say you can use the police of this land have to justify their actions, right? So if they are basically allowed to do things to the point they can justify. They can break into people's houses if they can justify. They can do these things. So to me, you can't justify killing one person. Even whatever the background of what they have done for a corporate punishment, I don't think that is justified, and this is clearly where we differ. But
I don't understand the reason or the principle that is based on that is giving you this kind of moral code and saying this is the most superior moral code when it comes to
when it comes to me.
No, when it comes to you.
No, we've never denied that. It's not morally superior, right? You've said, what do I think is a worse punishment than imprisonment? And I've given you two examples. For you to then say, well, that's it then, I'm saying the only thing I would do in these cases is imprisonment, because it is a deprivation of liberties, and I don't think it is morally right for there to be a decision made in that to put somebody to death. And not only do I think that, but there is countless books. I'll quote, there's some really good articles, Christopher Hitchens, and a number of other people who come out with very, very good, strong, positive remarks about why capital punishment is not useful.
It's not about the question of being useful or not. We didn't talk about whether it has a preventative nature. We're talking about the punishment itself.
No, preventative is a very, very separate.
Yeah.
You've
When
made
you say useful, I mean, what do you mean by useful? If you now want to trying to punish the criminal, okay. If you imprison someone for life imprisonment, how long is the life imprisonment? Depends on countries, right?
Yeah.
Right, say 12 years in certain countries, or 24 years or longer. And then the person comes out. Is there a chance of that person committing the crime again? Now, if that person was killed, meaning the criminal was killed, is there a chance of that crime being committed again? So which is more useful?
No, sorry, not that crime committed by that person. But if you have a life imprisonment, there are hundreds and thousands of criminals that won't ever come back out to the streets.
But if you say life imprisonment is like
This is actually life.
Life doesn't mean life imprisonment.
No. But it is reviewed to a point where they test to see if they're still a danger, and if they're still a danger, they won't be released.
Interesting question.
Well, if they kill
Is it possible for that criminal to actually commit the same crime, kind of this crime? There you go. So, which is more useful than this case? Get this criminal killed, or leave it in imprisonment and then have the
Well, I don't think it's
chance
useful,
of...
because you could review the statistics of the number of people who were killed in prison. I think it would be very, very, very
No,
low.
I think you made a very good point.
I agree, yeah.
So in this case, what is better is not to leave someone in prison of this kind of
No, because that would be a flaw within the system itself to prevent.
flaw within the imprisonment system, the punishment system. The punishment is not severe enough.
No. It was a
Are you
flaw.
saying there no more severe punishment than that?
No, I was saying that it is a flaw within dealing with the way they hold the prisoners in a way that they will inflict harm on others, and that is should not happen in a prison system.
Anyway, so far
Because we have a duty of care over anybody that is held in an institution.
So if somebody is a serial rapist, your duty of care is to look after them well, right?
There is a duty of care for every prisoner.
And you think this is the best form of punishment for the degree of crime they've done?
Protection for any offender is different from the punishment. They are being punished because they're having their liberty deprived. It's a very, very separate thing.
Liberty deprived.
Yes.
In prison, do they get the luxury of, relaxing?
Yes.
Yeah. Sitting there idly without doing any work?
Yeah.
Getting the food without doing any work? You call that deprivation?
Yes, massively. Because it's a deprivation of
You know what?
liberty.
You know how much I have to wake up in the morning to go to work? In a prison, guess what? You don't have to wake up to go to work. they'll be in a high secure prison. Criminals of this category, they'll be relaxing in the armchair, watching TV and whatever, and relaxing.
I think
right?
that's
You call that?
a complete misunderstanding. of
Sorry.
prison system.
Are you saying within? So say someone like today, if you committed this crime of this ethnic cleansing and genocide and terrorism, they would put behind bars where it's totally dark. There is not even a bed. There is no food. The food will be provided in like this, dumped on the floor. There are no toilets. You just have to, really, do your business on the floor and no cleaning. Is this the level of treatment these prisoners get, or it's quite decent compartments where you relax?
But you're giving
Which one? Which kind of treatment do they get
where?
in the prison?
Which UK prisons?
Well, most prisons in civilized
Well, I
world.
can only sort of.
Where?
So in UK prisons, they would be given the same standard, regardless of what punishment they get.
Same standard.
A standard.
Right, and you call that deprivation of their freedom?
Yes, of course.
I'm sorry to disagree.
But that's absolutely fine.
The only thing
but
you're
they
depriving
no,
them is the outside world.
Yes.
The inside world, they're happy to relax and not do any work, and they can think and they can plot how to get out. And
Well,
do even
I'll tell you what my friend did. I have to leave actually now. But before throwing out the magazine, is that if you go to a UK prison, if you look around a UK prison and you see the level that these people are deprived in relation to, I'm not saying it's not justified. I'm not saying it's not justified, but I completely disagree with you saying that there is no punishment because they sit around.
okay, what is the punishment in the prison? I want to know what the punishment they suffer.
The punishment is that they have a deprived freedom, which is a massive punishment.
What are the deprived punishments? That they are not in the outside world.
Yeah, they can't do anything that they would want to do. They don't have they are completely reliant on a system internally that tells them exactly what they can do. They can't associate with people outside.
So that's deprivation of the outside world. But within the inside world of the prison, they have the same standards.
Yes.
And you call that punishment? That is standard.